Hey guys, how's it going? Listen, I got something I want to say to you guys. Everyone has to come together, okay? There's so much junk out there, there's so much music and influence out there that is not helping the youth. It's not helping our teens, it's not helping the young people, it's misleading them. Now, as a personal standpoint, I believe in God, I'm a Christian, and I try to do my best to live the best I can. We're all going to make mistakes, and I'm never claiming to be perfect. But I do understand a few things. Through the life I've lived, I've gained experience. Now, what I'm here to say today is that we need to get all cultures to come together and try to accept reality. And the reality is a lot of the music in society today, like I'm a very big music buff, I really like music, but I find that a lot of the music out there today is very dark, very misleading, and it basically liberates the idea of prostitution and drugs and all these things. And kids are not stupid. Kids are very bright and smart, and they understand what's going on. And they're being misled. Personally, for me, I think that, more people should have more faith in God, or whatever God you believe in. I believe in the God of Jesus Christ. And I think that we should all come together. And I'm just going to level with you guys. A lot of the music out there that I'm listening to has a lot of dark messages, and it really isn't helping anybody. None of us are, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people with their heads screwed on right, but I'm just saying most of what's out there is complete garbage. And our kids are literally, like, the ones that make it through are lucky, and the ones that don't have parents, and ones that have had abusive experiences with family, and ones that are in group homes are going to have a really tough time coming out on top. And unless everyone bands together, every culture, Chinese, black, white, whatever it is, unless we all accept the reality of how messed up it is out there with society and actually stand for something, because I'm telling you, this is the time. This is the time where we all have to stand up for what's right. Because if you don't, you're going to be here in the next 20 years. And it's going to be really bad. I mean, it doesn't look like it's getting better. So many people have given up hope. And I'm trying to tell you guys, all you guys, there is hope. And I'm going to speak to the atheist group right now, because they're not helping either. And I'm not blaming them. But I want them to know something. Now, a lot of atheist movements and books and things have come out to go against the fact that there might be a God. And what I'm trying to get through to you guys is this. It's very, very simple. Can a cook tell an architect what to do? Can a cook know what it is to be an architect? Of course not. It's almost insane to think that's possible, right? So what I'm trying to say is this. An atheist is like outside of the box. I'm going to put him outside of the box because that's what they like to think, right? They're outside of the box and they see the Christians in the box or whatever faith, and it's like they're trapped in a box. That's pretty much what some atheists would say. But I'm trying to tell you this. Just because they see the shape of the box and they see a little bit what's going on in the box and they've read books and they understand things about the faith, you cannot know the trueness of the faith unless you walk it out. You cannot judge something that you have no prior personal experience in. If you have never believed in God, which is the actual access key to having a spiritual life, it's the actual key to the door to bring God's Spirit into your life is belief. And if you don't believe, how can you judge something you don't really know anything about personally? You personally don't have any idea what walking out that faith really does. And you've never really spoken to God. And I'm pretty sure there's many Christians who've tried to explain to atheists how it works and stuff. And just because they don't believe, it'll never happen. You have to believe in order to receive. You cannot not believe and expect God just to show up in a big wind. Because no, that's not how God works. Everything that's spoken about in the Bible, he comes in a gentle voice. You have to draw to him for him to draw to you. There's all these basic principles the way God works. And they don't You know what I mean? It's like, they won't accept it because they don't believe it. So therefore, they're not really a good poster boy for what religion is, because they cannot judge something they know nothing personally about. They haven't walked it out. They haven't discovered it for themselves because they don't believe in it. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is this. All the young people watching, okay, listen to me very clearly, okay? There is a God. He is real. Jesus is his son. And if you want to know the truth, you have to draw to them for them to draw to you. It's very important that you do this, because if there is a God, you need to find out. It's very important that you know if he's real. This is like a key element that's going to influence the rest of your life. And if you just listen to people and other influences and let them decide for you, well, you're going to get what they got instead of what you deserve. So I'm just going to speak to everyone. We all need to join together and fight for what is right, fight for what is important for our children, for their futures, for our futures. I know there's a lot of messed up stuff. I know the government's corrupt. But you know what? As the people, if we have God backing us up, we can change all this with God's help. They cannot stop a movement with God. If God is in our movement or in your movement, there's nothing that will stop that. Especially if you're fighting for the right stuff. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to get at. If you're fighting for the right stuff, God's totally got your back. So with a little bit of faith and a little direction from God, I'm hoping we can make it out of this mess together. And children, like I said, listen to me really clearly. You need to know if there's a God, who he is and what he's about, because it'll change everything. All that you've seen, all that you've heard, all that you've experienced will fall at the wayside compared to what God can show you, tell you, and explain to you. So don't give up hope. Don't give up faith, because there's a God out there and he loves you.